Our next storyteller is going to be Cody Langer, and he is a student at MG21. He likes to focus on his and the world's energy and just wants to do what he can to be aware. Let's give it up for Cody, everybody!
My story is about a music festival called Electric Forest. It's called Electric Forest because there's so much positivity and great energy that it's kind of electric. So this is 5 days of camping in huge fields with a bunch of different people. And at night, you get to go into this forest that has over 100 different artists performing at 5 different venues. And there's a bunch of lights and like structures and art everywhere, and it's really breathtaking. But let me take it back to about a week before we were about to leave. Me and my brother packed up our Scion TC full to the brim with all of our stuff, just leaving a little space so that he could see out the rearview window. And we leave at 3 a.m. to drive 6 hours to Rothbury, Michigan to meet up with at least 30 other people at this Walmart so we could all like head to the forest together so we weren't lost. And of course, right before we were about to leave, me and my best friend Caleb realized we didn't bring any shoes that we could just slip on and off really easily. So we sprinted back into Walmart and grabbed the cheapest pair of sandals that we could find. They were $10, and Caleb ended up wearing them for all 5 days and had a blister like the size of a silver dollar at least on his foot. But he said it was worth it, so he wasn't too worried about it. And we got everything, and we were headed to the forest. We figured out when we got there that there was a 2-mile-long line already just to get into another search line. And like the search line is just so they can search your car and make sure you don't have any weapons or anything. And the first thing I realized when we got to that search line was it wasn't just everybody waiting in their cars waiting to get searched. Everybody was out and like listening to music and just vibing and like talking and feeling good. And so I got out because I had to pee. And and I walked past this group of guys sitting on top of their car, and they asked me how many years I've come to Forest. And I said, this is my first year. Actually, this is my first ever concert. And all of their jaws just dropped. And they said, nah, dude, this is going to change your life. And I said, I just kind of laughed. And I was like, okay. I mean, this is just kind of a music festival. How is it going to change my life forever? But I had no idea. I had no idea how right he was. We got through the search and we were setting up our tents and canopies, and we realized that we didn't have any stakes to stick our canopy in the ground, so it'd just be flying away. So we had to ask our neighbors, and they said, yeah, but you got to get to know us first. So we went over and shared some food and drinks with them and just kind of became a community. And after that, we got everything set up, and we were listening to music and just talking, laughing, dancing, singing, just vibing. And that's when I realized everybody was there for the same reason I was: happiness. However, there was one thing missing. My best friend and girlfriend couldn't be there because there were some problems in our friend group when we got together, and the person she was riding with didn't want to ride with her anymore, so yeah, it kind of broke our friend group up, and it felt like we were all just kind of like drifting apart. But I noticed 2 days after the festival actually began that I was creating these great bonds with these people that I thought I lost. I was really happy that I made these connections, and I wanted to bring them back home to Wisconsin to like our friend group. But there were some problems that I thought weren't fixable, so it really killed me. It hurt me so bad to have that thought just stuck in my mind. So I did what I thought was best, and I just gave up. I just stopped trying. And I don't really give up that much. And it was hard, but it was worth it because, oh, shit. It was worth it because that helped me not think about like my girlfriend as much. Like I missed her a lot, and I didn't want to dwell on that and dampen my experience, so I had to like make better connections with the friends that I thought I lost so that I could better understand like the situation from their perspective. It was at this time that I realized that nothing is impossible unless you give up. And the most ironic thing about Electric Forest is I didn't even really have a favorite artist or song, even though there were over 100 artists there. My favorite thing was the connection, the love, and the community that was there, and I'm glad that I could bring a little bit of that back with me and share it with you guys. Yeah. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Cody one more time, everybody. That was great. How about these students? That's so cool. You know, I don't really go to music festivals anymore, so it was really fun to, vicariously go to Electric Forest with Cody. I felt like I was right there with you, brother. That was fun.